Hi.
Bienvenidas a Super Mamás.
Super Mamás.
This is Paulina.
And this is Bricia.
We're new moms.
We're sisters.
I have two beautiful girls, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old at home.
And I have one beautiful baby boy.
As you can imagine, we have so much to share.
We're just two working moms rolling with the punches of everyday mommyhood. I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Okay, ¿listas?
Here we go.
Hola Super Mamás! This is Paulina, and this week on the show we have another fabulous guest. Our friend Melissa Garcia, better known as Chasing Clothes, is here to share her story with us. Melissa's going to tell us about her early years where she used to pick up blueberries with her family during the summer, and how she went from there to becoming a personal assistant and stylist to different celebrities. She's also going to give us a bunch of fashion tips. As you can see, we have so much to talk about on this show. And as always, we hope you guys enjoy it. Hello! Hi, everybody.
You know what? You know what's going on with me? Have you?
A lot.
No. Yes, a lot's going on with me. Look at our guest trying to take me a picture of me looking like this. I am home with my child. There is no highlight. There is no contour. There ain't no wing liner in my eye. You cannot allow to take a picture. Guest.
Desi Perkins would not be proud.
Desi Perkins would be looking at me like, girl, where's your highlight?
Is this the no makeup?
This is this is like an actual no makeup. No makeup look.
This is the housewife no makeup with the baby look.
I do have my SPF on though. Although I did not use my tinted SPF today, I just used my regular SPF.
Is it because we're by the window? You don't want to
get
totally sunburn.
That's my early Super Mama tip, girls. SPF all the way.
All the time. My mom used like one that was like 100, remember?
Yeah.
And she would wear like different ones. She's like, no, because 100 plus 40. I'm like, Mom, does not work like that. Anyway, what's going on with you?
I lost my trail. Oh, here's what I was going to say. Because before I turn on the mic, I was making these noises. And I realized...
Grunting?
I'm like mimicking my son. I don't know if it's because I've been with him for this past 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
I'm home with him like all day, every day. And I'm like, like when you brought your daughter today, Krista.
Mm-hmm.
Krista's here in the house today too.
She's our special guest today.
She's taking my picture. And when she got there, I want to give her a kiss, and I started going like to her because that's what I do to my baby.
That's what we do all the time.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Is this like, am I gonna be on my trip over there? I like making baby noises.
Yeah,
this is
probably like, oh, look at you.
You're so cute. Oh. Smile, laugh.
Let me take a picture of you. Look this way.
But like, does that happen like
all the time?
This is like a new thing that's happening to me like now, even with my husband, when I want to like touch him like or I say something like I just start like
I hope you don't have your lingerie on when you do this noises.
Well, those are different noises I'm making when that happens, sister. That's not appropriate for a podcast.
Oh my God, that's so
but
funny.
That happened to you, remember? Like you were like, what is that? You were starting to say that because Krista was saying that at that moment.
Yeah. It's the way you talk to your kids, the way you do it. It's just like all of a sudden it just carries on. And when you're talking to somebody else and you're like, oh, sorry, you're not my baby. I know.
But is that going to be, how long does this last? Because no, a long time because you.
I mean, my daughter's 4 and I'm just, it just changes with their stages and whatever they're doing, you do it too.
That's so weird.
I mean,
and my husband talks to the dog like he talks to my son. That's another one that I'm like, why do you make those noises that you make with the baby, with the dog? Like,
because I thought your dog was your baby. What happened to that?
that's so sad.
You know, before the baby came, you were like, Diego's always going to be my son. He's my number one. He's my oldest son. I'm like, okay. And now, pobre Diego, he's out sleeping outside under unas...
I'm like, Diego, shut the get over there. The baby's
Poor
sleeping.
Diego.
Be quiet.
Poor Diego, second-class citizen now.
So I swear, like, well, Diego was like my roll dog for really, my roll dog.
Yes.
I even named him Diego.
Yes.
Okay. Like, and my husband and I took a break. My husband and I were dating for a while, and then we took a break, and I was heartbroken. And then my dad was like, Mija, get a dog, like help you, get over your ex-boyfriend. And I got Diego, and I got him on the pound, and I loved him. I mean, like, him and I have history.
Did you notice how she said I loved, like past tense?
I did. Did I just say loved?
Yes, you did.
Oh, Diego, come here. Watch him come over here. No, he doesn't listen to me anymore. See?
You lost him. He's gone.
Anyway, so he was like, it was just me and him.
Yeah.
And we had so much history together. I mean, like, we went through a death life experience with the dog.
Yes.
Like, he was about to die. My dad drove to TJ to get him medicine. I had
a nebulizer, right?
Yeah.
Nebulator?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I had this guy come over my house and put IV. I had like an underground vet going on in my apartment. I have pictures of my poor dog, like with an IV in his cage in my apartment.
Yes.
I mean, like, he was my everything.
Yeah.
And then, my husband and I got back together. Then it was the three of us, and it was like going to the park and Diego, our buddy. And then I got pregnant, and then everybody was like, oh, girl, when the baby gets here, Diego's going to be like second class. And I'm like, no.
Never. Of course not. How dare you say that?
You guys don't understand what Diego and I have. Diego was never. Like, and I remember I was pregnant, and I would hug Diego like a baby. And sometimes my husband would actually carry him downstairs like a baby to his bed and put him, and Diego would have nightmares, and my husband would wake up in the middle of the night and be like, buddy, are you okay?
Does that happen still?
Diego has nightmares now, and we'd like, shut up.
You're gonna wake the baby up.
We're trying to sleep.
Told you.
And I
Poor
would be
Diego.
like, I would hug him and be like, but you're always gonna be my number one. Like, there's a baby here. When it comes, it's gonna be okay, Diego.
Poor Diego.
And now, get off the baby's mat. Diego, shut up. What does this dog want? Diego, but I would tell you this, because he's so respectful of the baby's stuff. That blew my mind. How, like, the baby's toy can be in the ground, and Diego knows that's the baby's, and he won't touch it. Like, he'll just go around it. I think the most beautiful thing was like a couple weeks ago. No, like a month ago. I don't remember. When the babies actually started like touching Diego.
Oh, really?
And Diego, all he would do is stay next to the baby and put his head down. And just like let himself be pet by the baby.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I think that was like the beautiful thing. And it's so crazy how he doesn't grab his toys. So that day when I saw him do that, I was like,
I think it was your husband. First he hid the burritos from me. Then he was like, grab this toy.
Get this toy, Diego. But I went crazy. I don't know what kind of, I cursed at that dog. I was like, that's the baby.
I know. I couldn't.
And he was like, and like went to hide somewhere.
Poor Diego. I mean, I did send my dog to Mexico.
Okay, yeah. You sent poor Sophia to Mexico.
I mean, you know what? Like, my house is not as big as yours. Like, you have an outdoor, like, huge backyard, and he runs free and everything. And you don't have to, like, walk him. You know what I mean? And when I had the second baby,
I should walk him.
Yeah, but he runs around.
I don't even walk my dog anymore.
But see, when I had Sabina, I was like, I can't deal with a toddler. She was a toddler, a baby, and a dog. Like, I can't. So I was just like, she's happy in Mexico. I visit her once a year.
You tell yourself whatever it is to make yourself feel better. You know what? Another thing that I always think about too, and I can't wait. And I keep telling my husband, oh my God, when the baby's like 2, to 3 when his crib becomes like a regular size bed, and then we can send both Diego and him to this room to their, so the baby, so the baby can sleep with Diego, because Diego still sleeps in our room, not in our bed. He sleeps under the bed now. And when he gets his nightmares, we get like all shaken up. The bed gets all shaken up. But I'm like, well, now Diego's gonna be sleeping with the baby in the baby's room, and then the baby can go and walk him.
And pick up after him
and pick up after him.
Everything.
But yeah, we can teach him.
Dude, like, what was it 2 weeks ago? You were telling me about one of your friends giving away a dog.
Oh yeah.
And I thought about it for a minute.
I know you want another dog.
Yeah, I was like, I could do this. Yes, I'm gonna do it. I sent the pictures to my husband. He was like, yeah, let's do it. And then we got home that night and we're like, what the hell? No, we can't do it. No way. Thank you, but no thank you. We can't do it now. It's not easy. It's like another kid.
Yeah, I guess when the kids are older, right? Like,
yeah, when they're older. And what? We're gonna end up doing everything like mom did for us. We had dogs, and she would clean up, she would feed them, like.
Yeah, I know, it's true.
And don't talk about giving up dogs, because you don't want to go there.
Okay, so today we have a guest again. Yay! You know what's so funny?
What?
I mean, the same thing happened on our last episode, how when you see somebody, you just want to call them by their Instagram name. Chasing Clothes is here.
Chasing Clothes.
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. So I know Melissa through one of our great friends, Luz Warrior on Instagram. Linda.
I should choose a better name for my Instagram.
How, like, I told my mom, I was like, oh, Mom, it's Melissa. This is Luz Warrior's friend. Melissa, who just had a baby and looks fabulous.
Oh, I know.
How do you have red lipstick on?
And perfect eyeliner.
Baby, how you have your wing liner, your hair up in a beautiful bun, and like your preppy clothes. You just had a baby 3 months ago. Jeez. And wait, I saw her. She walked in, and I told her, I was like, "Girl, weren't you like up and about when your baby was like a day?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I went to Disney the week after." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yes, she did.
Okay, you guys, let's take a break, and
we'll be right back.
We have Chasing Clothes. Melissa's here. Okay, guys,
bye.
We're back.
We are back. Hello.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi, I'm excited to be
sitting over there looking fabulous.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here with your 3-month-old.
No, she's so cute.
Who, by the way, is like just chilling.
I mean, you haven't heard, like, she's been here all this time, and I haven't heard her like cry once.
No, she was coughing a little bit. She's like, Mommy, can you fix my bow? Mommy, the bow's to the left. It's supposed to be to the right.
Watch her start crying right now.
No. Sorry, we're not talking about you. How are you, Melissa?
I'm great.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
You're a new mom.
I am a new mom. I'm learning every single day. It was hard the first 2 months, but I'm finally like getting the hang of it, just it's her and I, and feeling back, not necessarily back to my old self, because I'll never be that. But
never.
Just like, just like getting to know a new me,
Yeah. It's, once you give birth to yourself again, I think.
Once you go baby, you can't go back.
I can't. No. My life is so different. Different. Never did I imagine I was going to be here.
And then
with a daughter.
It's funny because when you're pregnant, you make all these plans. Like, no, I mean, I'm probably going to be back to work like 2 weeks later because, it's going to be easy. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm never going to be that mom that stays home. Yeah, right. And now I don't even want to leave her.
What about how when I was like, oh, when I have my baby, like, well, like, he's gonna be like 2 months, like, and during that time, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna read that, like, I had all these things I was gonna do, and I was like,
I know.
Okay.
No, I know.
How about like putting together the baby book, the pregnancy book? I haven't even finished Krista's.
Oh gosh, I have a box full of stuff, hoping someone's gonna do it for me.
I never send in my my birth announcements.
Never.
I remember every day I was like, okay, today's the day I'm going to sit down and make the birth announcements. I would sit down and go, I want to go to sleep. I'm like, forget this.
Know. I don't even know why I got them too. I was like, what? No,
What a waste of money.
I actually handed them to you guys personally.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, and then would like do them like right there because I was like, I'm never going to do this. Like, it's never going to happen. Let me just give them to them.
I know. Oh, but your girl is beautiful.
She is.
Thank you. She's so cute.
As fashionable as you are.
Well, it's all the mother's fault because I'm sure she would just rather be in like a onesie and no bow.
You know what? When I had Krista and she was a baby and I would put all these bows and stuff, Bricia would always criticize me, man. She'd be like, what is wrong with you? Your baby wants to be naked. That's what, they're supposed to be. That's the natural way. When I have a baby, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that.
Well, let me just say that my baby doesn't have shoes.
Oh, yeah.
He's always in chilling.
I've seen him with huaraches. Don't even lie.
Like once.
No.
But no.
Everybody asks me, like, why do I not put shoes? She never wears shoes. But it's because... like, I am practical. Even though I do love to dress her up, I am pretty practical with her. Like, I won't have her wear shoes. I had her barefoot most of the time.
Yeah.
Now I got a little colder, so I will put socks on her. But,
yeah, totally.
I try to put easy stuff on her, like, because I do care about her feeling comfortable. But
I always have him lounging wear. I'm like, this is your lounging pants.
I know. Sabina's always in pajamas all the time.
But you know what's so funny? You were saying earlier, Melissa, was about how like it's probably the mom's fault. Your mom is just styling all the time, right?
Yeah, I get it from my mom. Like I showed you that picture where she's wearing a suit in the middle of
we
summer.
have to post that picture on our Instagram, by the way, and on our website when we put up your episode, because your mom is like looking fabulous in the fields.
In the fields. Okay, dressed up. So I get it from my mom. She always dressed up and that's what I grew up. So I was that girl that had to match her like headband with her clothes and probably my
eyeshadow
underwear too.
What about your eyeshadow?
My eyeshadow too. I went through that phase. It's a little ridiculous now that I look at the pictures.
Oh, me too.
But I had to match every single thing, and it comes from my mom. It does.
So here's the thing. So here's like what I find so like interesting, how your family worked in the fields.
Yes.
You worked in the fields.
Yes.
That's an amazing story.
But she still looked fabulous.
She did. And she had three kids. She went back to work 40 days after she worked in the fields, and she had 3 of us. She still had time to come home, make us dinner, and weekends was family time all the time. And so now they have their own business. So it all paid out, but like it's just they were really smart and invested.
Wow.
That's great. And you worked in the fields in your summers, right?
I did. I picked blueberries.
How was that?
You picked blueberries?
I sure did. I did.
And is it weird for you now when you see a box of blueberries? Can you eat blueberries?
I feel like a connection. Like I want all the blueberries, or I feel like there's a story behind it because I know what happened and how it got there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always pick blueberries. I always try to be like the fastest one, según yo. And it was like $1.25 per bucket that it cost, and I mean that would pay us.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I did that when I was little. Like it was a whole like community, like the migrants. We were the migrants, And
is that how you like made your like side money?
I just made money like that, I guess. When I was I guess my
how
side
old
money.
were you?
I was teenager, like 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
14. Yeah. I also worked at a factory like one whole summer, like at a blueberry factory, like cleaning it. And that, I feel like doing all of that made me just like, I don't want that life ever, for me, for my kids. If I ever have kids, I value it and I'm glad I went through it, but I wouldn't, it's not an easy life, and I'm not saying I had a hard life. Oh my gosh, but because I didn't work every single day of my life, like, but it's still hard to be out there in the fields. I saw how my parents.
Oh my God!
Of course,
I think that is the hardest job there is to do.
It was hard for to see my parents do it, and I'm glad that now they don't have that life,
And now they have their own business.
Yeah, they have their own businesses. My dad invested in land, and they own orange ranches, and so they sell that, and we have that in Texas. And he's just always like a little hustler, Good
for your dad.
He contracted people, and they would pay him per person, for other jobs, and he owns land, and he makes money off of that now. Him and my mom.
So that's so wonderful.
Yeah, they've done really well, and that's someone I always looked up to for both of them, my mom and my dad.
It's amazing how hard our parents worked. I remember my mom would get up 5 a.m, and then go to work, take us, mom would drive like an hour to take us to a better school, then go to the restaurant, work there, go pick us up, bring us back, make food, go back to the restaurant, come back. Like,
I know, right?
My dad was like, he didn't know what fun was.
Nope.
Like, I was watching this show that you guys should totally watch. It's on Netflix. It's called Master of None by Aziz Ansari.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard your husband's.
And there was this one episode about parents, and the parents were telling him fun. That's like a new thing for your generation. Fun is like it's like a different generation. What is fun? We didn't have fun. And
it was a waste of time.
And yeah,
it was for our parents.
For our parents, like, I don't have time to waste in fun. Like, I'm trying to feed you 4, and your dad's probably like, fun. I'm trying to have 3 kids I had to feed,
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're going to transfer that to our children, because your child isn't going to see you picking fruit.
No.
So like, I just always like trip out, like, where, like, even if you tell him like your grandpa picked fruit, like I used to pick fruit, like the hard work it is, like, I mean,
would they get it?
Will they get the struggle?
I don't think they ever will, but I think I would like to, if they don't have to work that hard, like go pick fruit, but at least like find some type of job or something, or passion, right? that they like. And I always want to, like, of course they're gonna find out, and I'm gonna tell them about my dad and what we went through, but I feel that it's probably just like leading by example. Like, I might be staying home right now, but I always want to show her that, it's okay to work and to do all these things also for yourself.
Yeah. No, you know what? Now that you're talking about it, and my daughter's 4 and she notices things more. And, she knows that I go to the restaurant all the time. She's like, Mommy, are you going to go work to the restaurant? I'm like, yeah. And, like right now she doesn't have school today, and she didn't go to school yesterday. So she's like, oh, can I come to work with you? And she knows, like, we go to the restaurant and she helps around, or she's like, oh, Daddy was going to work. And she was telling me the other day, Daddy's always working. And I was like, I know. And she's like, why? And I said, because, we have to make money to get your clothes and to get you stuff. And we have to go to get food. When we go to Trader Joe's, Daddy gives us money to go get it. She's like, oh, okay. So, like, she's starting to learn that, like, if you want something, I guess
you gotta work.
You gotta work.
Yeah, you gotta work.
And yeah, they don't see me, like, we rarely saw our parents growing up. Like, my parents would leave at 6 a.m, come back at like midnight, and we rarely saw them. So I guess, at least now we get to see our kids a little bit more than we saw our parents. I don't know.
Yeah. So I feel like we should learn from them, like, take the work ethic, but also not to that extreme where you want to spend more time with your kids also.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I remember my parents would get up early, my mom too, and my dad was the one that was always like gone most of the time. My mom tried to be there as much as she could, but I would want to spend time with Camila, I want her. I
think that's why our parents work so much, so we could have that luxury.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why they busted their ass. So, like, we don't have to do that, and then we can actually enjoy time with our kids and not have that life, because that's what we want for our children, right?
A better life.
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
wants a better life for their kids. This is why our parents risk their lives to come to this country, to give their kids a better life. At the same time, again, I don't know how I'm gonna do so my kid can understand, like, the struggle.
Yeah.
Do you know? I just think that's just very important. And
well, I think all of that is until you walk in someone else's shoes, that's when you're gonna learn what they went through. So unless they experience something similar, and I'm not saying like that literal, like being literal picking fruit, but it's gonna be harder for them to learn. But at least we can implement, like, helping at work or something. Come help me at work, or stuff like that. Because you guys own your own restaurant, so now you can have your little one come and, like, help you
clean
out,
menus.
Sweep the floor.
Sweep the floor.
I think that's very important. Yeah. Talking about, like, how your kids look at you and mirror you all the time. I mean, you mirrored your mom and how she dressed, and earlier you were telling me about how when you were in school you were bullied a lot. And you never told your mom because you didn't want her to worry about you.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, like, I think when we have daughters, again, I don't have a daughter yet, but I think that's a hard one, huh? Like, because we know what women go through. I think especially like at certain ages were you trying to find friends at school or, you know, you were telling a story earlier at Paulina about like this girl going to school. And
yeah, just a recent story. This girl that works with us, her daughter was bullied at school, and she actually went to the teachers and the, staff at the school, and they didn't really listen to her. So she had to pull her daughter out of school. I mean, can you imagine? Like, it's already hard to find a school for your kid. Then once you get there, like, you have to like find another school like on the spot and like make this such big decisions about your kid because they're being bullied. And like, I just think like, I was bullied when I was a kid. When we first got here, I didn't speak English, and I think that's why I make a lot of male friends. Like growing up here, I had most of my friends were guys because the girls didn't like me. But I don't think I ever told my mom. Also, like, I never went and like, Mom, the girls don't like me, And I'm always like thinking, why didn't I tell my mom? Why? And the same thing, like, why didn't you tell your mom?
I didn't tell her because a lot of reasons. Like, I was ashamed. The bullying actually worked because the girls would, tell me what to wear, what not to wear. Basically, like, they keep you down, and I don't know a lot. So I like listened to them. And so I was ashamed. I was ashamed of like who I was, what my parents were able to provide for me, because in their eyes, even though it was the same migrant crowd, the girls that were the bullies, and in their eyes, my parents were like rich, but we weren't. If we were rich, why would we have to go to Michigan and work in the fields? So we were like the same, exactly same. And I allowed them like my elementary years, and they would tell me what to wear. They would take my lunch money because they knew I had lunch money. They would always make me feel bad about myself and talk badly about my family and me, and I think now I see, and I feel like it was jealousy. That's how most of the bullying is. It's jealousy. And I'm not saying I was all that or whatever, but I'm just saying that that's what it was, because we were the same. We were the same. Our parents were doing the same thing. We were going to the same school, and we were dealing with the same issues of moving every year, feeling like the new kid. But for some reason, I was the easy pick, and I just didn't want to tell my parents. I never wanted them to worry. And I feel maybe because of my personality, because I'm very laid back and easygoing, and just kind of submissive sometimes. I feel like, that's why maybe. I don't know. I don't know their reasons. I will never know their reasons. I just know that all those feelings stemmed recently because I feel like, because I'm a mother. Yeah. And now I don't want Camila to go through that ever. I want her to be comfortable with telling me this is what's going on, and and then me be able to help her. And that's all I want for her. So I think all those and everything you go through, it affects you in life. And I'm fine right now. I'm just like, the world didn't end. Right. It's just that I feel like a lot of certain situations I went throughout in life stemmed from there. Yeah. Definitely. And maybe that's why also I'm really big on fashion too. Like, I feel like, I had people telling me what to wear, how to act back then. And I'm like, I'm not going to allow anybody to tell me that, And so I'm really like proud of who I am now and where I come from. And I just wouldn't want her to deal with that ever again.
I know. I was talking about earlier. I was telling Melissa that recently my daughter, I was like, hey, in the morning, getting her ready, like, come on, let me do your hair so you can go to school. And then she was like, why, mommy? Am I not pretty like this? Am I mechuda? I'm not pretty, right? I'm ugly. And then I was like, what? I was like, no, honey, you're pretty all the time. You don't have to do your hair to be pretty, like, you're pretty. And then I was so shocked by that I wonder where that came from. I don't know where that came from, but same thing. I was like, how can I do it so then she can always feel comfortable telling me these things? Like, right now she tells me how she feels because she has no filter, right? Yeah. She just tells me what she feels. Yeah. But I realized that she's 4 years old and she already knows, and she's already like thinking she's not pretty. She's ugly and pretty and mechuda and not mechuda. Like, all those things that as women we feel so pressured all the time, like we have to look our best, or we have to, I mean, you know, I feel that dressing up helps you just on your self-esteem, like every day, like looking at yourself in the mirror, like, oh, okay, I look good, you know, I feel good. It does help you, but I think it can be taken to the extreme. And as mothers of girls, it's so hard to find the balance if you went through it as a child. Like, I was so insecure as a child that it's like hard for me to deal with it now. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out, you know?
Yeah, like I'm not, trust me, I'm not saying like go out there and like put on a lot of makeup, do your hair every day, you know, wear heels every day. Like, I'm not saying that either. Like, I'm very practical, especially now that I'm with Camila. Like, I wear my hair up all the time. It's the easiest thing. I don't have to worry about like straightening it, curling it. Takes me 2 seconds to put it up. Put on,
and it
like,
looks cute.
Thank you. Put on some basic makeup, a little shift dress, and my flats. Before, like, I was like, I have to wear heels all the time, you know, blah blah blah. But now, I can't. I'm gonna be running around, you know. And there's so many like pieces in fashion now and styles that are out there for everybody, that you can look really cool just by investing in some nice flats, some Oxfords, or whatever type of flat that you like. You know, it doesn't have to be heels, a little dress. I think that the key for me has been like to find your style. You know, you see bloggers out there and like celebrities, they each have their own style, like whether it's boho or classic or a minimalist. It's their style, and then they work. That's how they dress. You know, like mine's very, I feel mine's very like minimal and just classic. So I'll just put on a basic dress and some shoes, and that's it, you know. And then there's others that are very like boho. There's
or a lot of like accessories, right?
Yeah, a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
Or colorful. Some have like a very colorful, and that has to do with your personality too. So I think it's just a matter of finding who you are as a person, your style, and then running with it. I think that's what it is, honestly. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, it's not complicated. It's taken me a while to come into my own, but for me, it's not complicated at all. Like, seriously, I know what I want, and I go in there and I'm like, okay, that's perfect. And then,
and you know what? I give you a lot of credit, because when my baby was 3 months old, I was probably like on yoga pants and a shirt and that's it, you know. And you find a time, and you know, it's good because that's something that's important to you, and you know, it makes you feel good. And you have a 3-month-old, and look at you, you know, it's like, wow, like I want to be able to do that. And it's like you're saying, it's just so difficult. And I think a lot of us, growing up, you know, my sister was always into fashion and this and her makeup.
It may not look like it,
but you know, it's so fun because we were so totally different, and I wasn't. I think it's also my insecurities, but you know, like she always knew, like she would go into the store and be like, oh, this is cute. And even for me, she'd be like, oh, why don't you try this on? And I'm like, no, it's not going to fit me. And it would be like super cute on me. And I'm like, how do I know? Like, how do you know?
Well, I think like when Melissa said, like, she hit it on the mark. I think every woman needs certain staple pieces in their closet. I'm going to say every girl needs like a really cool jean jacket.
Yep.
Every girl needs just like a loose fitting, not short, not long dress. Maybe a little bit above the knee. Invest in really cute flats. You know, you don't have to splurge, but there's some cute ones. Or anything else that you might think, Melissa?
I think a really like cool oversized blazer also goes a long way. Like putting it, like I would put it on top of this little shift dress that I'm wearing, or like some skinny jeans and a t-shirt. You know, it's just it makes you look very classic and sophisticated and very kind of like effortless, you know, where you didn't try so hard.
But you really did.
But you really did.
You know, you're right about like the hair up. I think it's always like, it looks so like, oh my gosh, you took forever to do that. And you know, it's just like,
and you're just up. Like polished. And I was telling Paulina,
I think that's just like hairspray, huh? Or gel.
I don't even
Maybe you can invest in gel so all your little flyaways just don't come off.
Oh, have you lost your hair?
Oh yes.
How do you deal with that?
How do you deal with those little baby hairs coming out? Look at me. Look at this piece of thing.
Mine are finally growing. Finally.
I have so much hair, like, but like recently I've been losing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I wear it up. That's how I solve the problem.
Oh, okay.
Because if I wear it down, Camila's just grabbing it, you know, and pulling it. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm just going to put it up and just not deal with it right now. That's what I'm going to do.
I also got a little cute headband that I think you can put, and that puts your follow-aways in, you know, way. And, you know, you can have your hair down, but it's not in the way to where your kid can grab it. So you can probably wear like a cute headband.
Yeah.
I had one of those that I think kind of worked.
I just
or get bangs.
Yeah.
Or get bangs.
You know, bangs is also a great way to like look polished all the time.
It is.
Because you have bangs and then you put your hair in a ponytail and you automatically look chic because your bangs are an accessory. Well, they're just really high maintenance.
Well, let's just be honest, you know, like you see all these celebrities and everybody like always done up, and that's cool, you know, but a lot of these people also have a hairstylist or a makeup artist, you know, every single day they can afford it. And us, you know, well, me at least, I'm speaking for myself. It's just I have to do it myself. So I
think you're speaking for like the majority of the population in this country. Yes, we have to do our makeup ourselves.
You guys don't know this, but Melissa was the personal assistant of Lindsay Lohan for a while.
So
how crazy is that?
Super crazy. Super crazy.
You know, like when we were reading your bio, I was like, what? She did this? What? I was like, wow. So tell us a little bit about that.
That was a little bit of my parents inside of me. I was a little hustler when I moved to LA, and I was like, I'm going to do this. I want to be an assistant. Or I literally said, I watched like some show, and I was like, and I saw Britney. I'm like, and that's when they were going like through their crazy phases. And
when it was like Britney, Lindsay, and Paris.
Yeah. I like, I can totally influence them and like calm them down, you know, like do miracles. So I thought, and I kid you not, like a week later, I meet Lindsay. I was interning for her legging company, and they asked me, you know, are you married? Do you have any kids? And are you going to school? And my answer was no to all of them. And they're like, okay, well, do you want to be an assistant? I'm like, sure. And so the next day my life changed. And I was like all over the world, and it's crazy. I learned so much like about PR, about fashion. I got to do like fashion weekend in Paris and New York.
Ooh,
Camila's trying to like get in the conversation.
Yeah. She's like, where's my mic?
And it was probably like the best and worst experience in my life, you know, because I'm not doing it anymore, but I feel I learned so much from that, and I'm glad I did, but I'm done with that, you know. That phase is over in my life, but it was amazing while it lasted.
So then they do have stylists and makeup artists every day.
They do.
That's great. I mean, you know,
and they have people like me looking for clothes for them. So it's just, you know, doing everything. So it's
you need to kick it with me for like a week. We need to go shopping together, because sometimes when I go,
you do that, right? You do that, right? You do private styling.
I do that. Really? I also styled Gina Rodriguez. Now she's doing Jane the Virgin, like for a year or so too. So I have experience. I've dipped my hand in a lot of things, you know, and they're always having to do with fashion. That's always like, as cliche as it sounds, like my passion. So I've always tried to be in it and involved in it.
Well, I do remember I invited, this is before babies, before even I think both of us had boyfriends. We were completely single girls, and I invited you and Linda to a Dodger game, and these girls showed up in ruffles. I sure did. I'm like wearing like I'm like with my like I'm going to a Dodger game, right? And then these two show up all done up like with ruffles. Like I was like, yes. Why are you girls wearing ruffles,
skirts and like wedges
to a Dodger game? And they were like, "Oh, we're just coming from brunch." I'm like, "And
couldn't you change?"
I'm like,
something more practical.
I'm like, "I'm here from brunch too. This is how I went to brunch." I was wearing sneakers with my, you know, jeans and an oversized shirt probably and my cap. And these girls show up in skirt and ruffles.
Yeah, I won't do that anymore. But that's how fabulous I thought I was. Like, even with my husband, or my fiance at the time, he took me to an Angels game, and I show up in heels, and I'm just like, I look at pictures and I'm like, I couldn't, it's uncomfortable, you know, and I'm like, why was I doing that? I wanted to be fabulous, but now I can be fabulous, you know.
You look fabulous.
With some flats.
You look fabulous.
I love your flats, by the way.
I love your flats.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, That's why I was like, I don't think I can pull those off. And she's like, you can. I'm like, my feet are so big. She's like, doesn't matter.
I know.
Are big.
It's all about embracing your insecurities. Like I was telling her, I feel that another reason why I wear my hair up all the time is because I used to be insecure about like my side profile. And I always wear my hair down and like covered it.
I know what you mean.
But now I just like, I don't care. You know, this is my face.
That's
it.
Why I was saying on the previous episode, you know, we're like hitting our 30s, 30 plus.
We're hitting our 30s, but
I'm in my 30s already.
we're already
in our 30s.
We already hit our 30s.
Well, that's where we hit our 30s. It's like if you don't love yourself now, you're never gonna love yourself. Like, you know, embrace who you are, ladies. Embrace who you are. Love yourself and just find your style. I don't even know what my style
No,
is.
it's true. Like it's true. And once you find your style, and when I mean finding your style, that's probably the hardest part, is what your personality is. You know, that's all. I'm a very simple, laid back person. So I feel like that's what I mean,
if you call that simple and laid back,
it's very simple. A shift dress.
It's so funny, you know, because like, okay, like people like me that are not into fashion, right? It's like, I think the way that I do things to dress myself, it's like I either go on Pinterest and I'm like, fashion for voluptuous bodies. Or like, I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, I look at something, I'm like, oh, that looks nice. And then I go and I buy it and I put it on. I'm like, this does not look like it did on the magazine, you know? Or so, it's just hard to find your style.
I think you're overthinking it, especially now that there's so much fashion out there for like, you know,
bloggers and Instagram. You mean
Instagram? Yeah, there's so much fashion. Like I was telling her, Paulina, also about the latest Project Runway competition. The one that won is one that did a collection for a plus size. And there's so much stuff out there where like the rules that you were supposed to follow back in the day they don't even exist to me. I feel like thicker woman, quote unquote, can wear a fitted dress, you know, and it doesn't matter. Show their curves, show everything. Wear crop tops. I think it just has to do with your personality and how you wear
your
it.
self-esteem,
Your
right?
self-esteem.
How you carry yourself.
I
just think, I mean, it also like has a lot to do with like how the media influences the perfect body. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to look this way.
Yeah, you're supposed to see this and you're supposed to do that.
And I think that affects a lot of us. You know, like, I don't look like that. You know, it's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a combination of things. But you're right. I guess I mean, me now, I can tell you that I finally feel comfortable in my skin. And I think this is the perfect time where I would find a style for myself.
I think what we should do is, Melissa, go to somewhere like H&M or Forever 21 with my sister, invest 4 hours and find key pieces for you and style you.
I agree.
Let's do it.
Because like I said, you know, obviously, I mean, I can't afford to buy something new every single day. So you have to use everything you have. And it's just a matter of that, learning how to use what you have and what you invested in. And you'll be set. I think, I mean, that's what's worked for me. That's why it's so easy, you know, to just go in there. I always just know what I want. I'm the person that, although I do love shopping, I can't be in a mall for more than an hour or two. I have to go in and out. Like,
especially now with a baby, huh?
Yeah, especially now with the baby. And I mean, but if I'm doing it for someone else, I don't care. But if I'm doing it for myself, I literally just want to go in and out. You know?
Okay, guys. Well, when we come back, we're going to continue talking about fashion a little bit and maybe get some tips and picks from Melissa. And hear from our personal tips. We'll be right back, guys.
We're back.
We're back.
All this fashion. Why am I always the one overwhelmed with all this information?
That's not true.
I feel you're overthinking it. I think that's what it is.
I think so. I just, you know, I really always want to find a style, but then I don't, you know, how do I do that? But she already told me, like, what do I like?
I'm telling you, we're going to have to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go together. We're going to have Melissa style you and we'll record it and we'll share with all the super mamas.
Yeah.
Yes.
And maybe it can help not just you, but other girls.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, like, I think practical things, you know, because now we have kids and it's like, I actually have to get them ready, and then like whatever little time I have left, then it's for me to like, do me. So it's like practical. I think my style has to be practical.
Yeah, I mean, like I tell you, I get ready in less than 30 minutes.
I
Like
know,
I'm not gonna deal with all these things unless I have a wedding to go to.
What? It takes me 30 minutes to do my makeup in the morning.
No, yeah, no.
Trust my makeup.
No, mine's just very simple makeup, and like I said, I'm gonna sound redundant. The hair up. It's just the easiest thing for me. Like I just want easy.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah,
like
that's
the Melissa
true.
you met back in the day. It's not
The
gonna
ruffles?
happen. It's not gonna happen. I might wear ruffles to a wedding, but not every day.
So next time we go to a Dodger game, you're not gonna be wearing
No,
ruffles?
I'll probably I'm gonna wear an angel's cap for my husband.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
that
funny.
was so funny.
Okay, guys, let's do our picks and tips.
You start.
I start. Okay, I'm gonna do a beauty pick, because we're talking about beauty again, and I was talking about SPF earlier, and I just bought this loose mineral sunscreen, and it's 50 SPF 50. So it's a loose mineral, but it comes in a little tube and has a brush at the end. And you basically put it over your face like you would powder, and it's SPF 50. So it's awesome, very practical. You can just throw it in your purse, and before you head outside, ladies, put it on, because that's the best thing you can do to prevent wrinkles. It's SPF, 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 and I'm like, I become like an SPF, like freaking, I don't know. I was looking at my face and I was like, what am I getting wrinkles? So ever since I saw those, I am freaking doing layers of SPF now. But people don't know SPF only lasts for like 2 hours and then it's gone. So you put it on. I used to put it on before I left my house, but then like, what about the rest of the day? So I found this
Twice? Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, so this is it's called, the brand is Color Science, and it's called Loose Mineral Sunscreen, and it's SPF 50, and it comes in like 4 different shades. And again, it's just a loose powder that you just put over your face real quick, and then it's an instant coverage, so you don't have to wait like 15 minutes to go into the sun like the creams. It's on the expensive side, I am gonna tell you guys, but I recommend splurging on this because you put it over your face, is SPF 50. That is my Super Mama pick / beauty pick of the week.
Nice.
Nice, thank you.
My turn?
Your turn.
Okay. I was thinking about like what's like the one thing that I always do like beauty wise, and my face always gets really dry towards the middle of the day. So you recommended the rose water.
I love rose water.
The rose water,
Oh,
and it's a rose water spray, and I always carry it on my purse, and I put it on my face about 2 or 3 times a day, and it's so good because I just feel like it refreshes my face, and I can go on for like a couple of more hours, and I don't feel dry. Because I put the SPF, and then I put the lotion for the face, but with the rose water, I find that like it helps brighten my face throughout the day, and you can put it on top. You spray it 2 or 3 times a day. So that's the one thing that I love, and I bought it. The one that I use is Teddy Organics rose water, and you can find it on Amazon, and it's not that expensive. It's like $12. The little bottle, and it lasts for a long time, and you just carry it on your purse, and then whenever you feel like you need to refresh your face, you just spray a couple of spritz of rose water, and it works great for me.
I love it.
And ever since I cut my hair,
Oh yeah,
I cut my hair because I always had my hair long, like long to my ass long, like all the time, like seriously, like for like ever. And had so much hair, and it was like one of my assets, right? Like my hair. But after my second pregnancy, my hair started falling off, and I was like, ugh, I'm just gonna cut it off. And I went and I decided to make a change, and I cut my hair. And I think it's the best thing that I've done. I love it. I love my short hair now, and it's so easy to like style in the morning. And that's another tip. If you guys just want to do something fast, cut your hair off.
Thanks. I cut my hair too.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Mine's gonna have to be invest in a lipstick. I feel like if you're not gonna do your makeup and you don't have time to get ready, like just buy some cool lipsticks, or even if it's the same red one you use all the time. I love MAC products. I feel their colors are always amazing and on point. So that's what I use all the time. And then depending on the season, what color
So is it cool to just wear lipstick?
Yeah, I just wear lipstick sometimes. Like I said, I don't do my makeup every day, and I'll just pull up my hair, put on a little dress or jeans or whatever if I'm in the mood, and just put lipstick.
Dark glasses and lipstick.
And you just look like you're put together, you know, even if you're not.
That is true. I think if you put lipstick, all of a sudden you're like, oh, you tried.
Yeah, like you tried, and I mean, granted, I feel more into like my own skin and just better as I get older. So I feel like I wouldn't have done it when I was 20, but younger girls are so beautiful now. They don't even need a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And my little sister Elizabeth, she wears very little makeup and she always looks so good.
Yeah.
And because she's freaking 23.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't, and now we have to put a little bit more makeup. What are you guys
talking about? You guys have amazing skin.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
You guys do.
Thank you. I think for makeup, would be my tip. I think I talk about putting makeup all the time, but really I don't do it all the time. But I think what really works for me, like I would say throw in some tinted moisturizer. I love Bare Minerals. Oh yeah. I guess now it's called Bare Essentials or something. I'll post a picture of it too. It's just like it's not even a BB cream or a CC cream, but it's called like I guess they have like a new thing, right? Curl your eyelashes, mascara, lipstick. And bronzer. I think like bronzer is another like thing that you can just like put in, and you don't have to know how to do it or use a special brush. You just do tinted moisturizer, bronzer, eyelashes, lipstick. You're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's just about practicality.
That's what I've been doing lately, and it looks like I tried.
Yeah. But I haven't thought about the lipstick thing. I think I'm gonna.
The lipstick is good. I always put lipstick like bright, like bald lipstick, because it just does make a difference. Like, oh damn, you did your makeup.
Yeah. I don't think I haven't done that route yet. I haven't really.
You're not really the colorful.
Well, I wasn't either.
I'm always very nude.
That's how I am. Like for my wedding pictures,
I'm gonna start trying
nude. But now I've just got into lipstick. I feel if I don't have time, or if I just don't feel like getting ready, and I'll just put on a lipstick and just go out the door.
Yeah, I saw that on this summer, barely. Like I just saw like there was like a lot of bright colors, and I was like, let me buy some, and I bought some, and it makes a huge difference. Like whatever, like on Sundays when I go to church and I don't have time, I'm like doing makeup in the car, and I just put like a pink lipstick or something like that. And I get out of the car and I'm like, damn, it looks like I
tried.
I'm all made up.
Oh, nice. All right, ladies. Like we don't have enough things to put in our purse.
I know, right?
Well, thank you, Melissa, for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Camila, for coming.
I had to bring Camila with me.
And I can't believe how good she's been the entire time. I mean, she's still in the room. She's in her lap. It's freaking incredible.
Looking so cute.
And she's so cute.
Oh, congratulations.
You can find Melissa. Yeah, Melissa, congratulations.
Thank you.
On your baby, on your new life, on still looking fabulous.
I try.
On not wearing ruffles today. Congratulations on that too. You can follow Melissa. Her Instagram is @chasingclothes.
Yes.
She has great pictures of styling. She has pictures of her baby and beautiful clothes. And Melissa, thank you again so much.
Also, you can find her on her website, chasingclothes.com. And she has like a bunch of tips. And you guys should definitely follow her. She'll answer all your questions. I'm just...
No, I will.
If you guys have any questions like me, you can follow her and ask her. She's super nice. She'll be able to answer all your questions.
And super sweet.
Thank you guys again.
And you remember you can follow my sister and I @_Super Mamás on Instagram.
Or Facebook, Super Mamás Podcast.
Also, I have already linked our private group on the podcast. Just go under Contact Us. And there's a little girl with a little cape. Click on her and she'll take you directly to our private Facebook group.
Good. Yeah.
Which
Melissa's in our group. You like our group, right?
Oh yeah, I love the group. I'm always either asking questions or
it's great. I love our community. Yeah, I love our Super Mamás Sisters. So thank you, ladies, so much. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, you guys. It's so funny how a lot of people still don't know how to subscribe to our podcast and they still listen to it. So if you have an iPhone, just search for your podcast app every iPhone has it.
It's little eye with the purple around it.
Yeah. So you can just search for podcast app on your iPhone and then go and search, put Super Mamás, and then click subscribe.
Just click subscribe. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. And then if you have an Android, you can download Stitcher. Stitcher is an app that streams podcasts.
It's free.
It's free. You can just download it and then you can search for Super Mamás and subscribe. And hey, you might find other podcasts that you like.
Yes.
My sister loves podcasts.
I love podcasts.
Oh my gosh, I have to mention my husband and I just started a company, Taco Chop.
Oh, yeah.
Catering company. So,
Taco
check
Chop.
us out at mytacochop.com. And like we've done so many events. It's been fun. I work with him, so I'm glad I get along with him. But no, he's amazing, But yeah, check us out. It's
the most
catering.
fashionista taco.
Do you cater all over LA or just in the Inland Empire for now?
We cater all over.
Nice.
Nice.
We just did a wedding this past weekend in Palm Springs for 200 people.
Wow.
So, and it was a really nice wedding. So it's just, we love it. Our whole display, we take a lot of pride on the produce we use and then how we display it also. So
Nice, wonderful.
Check
Maybe we
us
can
out.
share some pictures on our website. So you guys need to get in contact with Melissa or her Taco Chop catering. We will put that on our website as well.
Cool. Thank
Thank you, ladies.
All right, ladies, we're out. Thank you.
We are out. Super Mamás.
Woohoo! Okay.
Bye.
Okay, now we should have the baby say goodbye. But now she's quiet, huh? She's like, no, Mom. No, it's okay. All right. Bye, baby.
Bye, Camila. Bye, Melissa. Bye, ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.